right, so this is the how-to video to help you with the Unit 4 portfolio. This is an assignment that is added to Unit 4, Lesson 11 for the Honors and Standard American Government courses. So whichever one you're in, this should work for you. You'll see on the course outline here that for Public Policy lesson, there is a quick check, just like a regular lesson, but also we've added a drop box to the end. Now we will be dropping the portfolio from Unit 5, so this isn't adding any work, it's just moving it up a unit because this one deals with the executive branch. So we've got this lesson intro page that will kind of explain things, but I just wanted to walk you through the assignment. Full directions are on the Padlet page that's linked there. There's also a few other links here. So you need a PowerPoint file, it's linked here. You should be able to click on that. It'll take you to it in a Google Drive and you can download your own copy to work on. And then also if that doesn't work for some reason, this is a link to the folder in Google Drive where you could then also in theory get to that file and download it. This is the video you're watching right now. And then this is another video that we're going to update this year that will just teach you how to research for the assignment. Okay, so that'll be linked there. If you have any questions, please use the webmail link to webmail your teacher to get help on this one. Okay, so let's get started. First things, I guess, just as a heads up, how you're going to turn this in is at the very end of the lesson. So we're going to jump ahead to the, once the lesson loads here, the last page, just so you can see that there will be a quick check. And then once you're done with that, you do need to then go here to turn in your assignment. Okay, so you'll save your work on a PowerPoint file, and that's the file that you'll put in there. Okay, if you need help, you can get to the class Padlet to get some of these things, or the lesson intro page, which you can get to with that button right there. So if we go to the class Padlet, this is Unit 4A everything, and there will be a test study guide here. When we start doing live lessons, those will be recorded here. But here's the portfolio directions. Basically, the whole assignment is in a PowerPoint file that you're going to walk through and complete. And there's some, I'll have the PowerPoint file linked here, and this UN Declaration of Human Rights, which you will also be good to have for the assignment. So that would all be here under this portfolio section. Here's the portfolio, the PowerPoint assignment. And just a breakdown. This is at the end of the PowerPoint, but it is a breakdown of the point categories. So basically you get a point for picking your topic. Then you can earn up to 3 points for citing your sources. Then there's some summary parts that are worth 3, 3, and 4. Okay. There's a section on the Declaration of Human Rights, the 3 articles that you're going to look at. So that's all in there. And then the final part is where you're going to have to do a little bit of research again on the different parts of the executive branch and who you would want to have involved in your crisis that you're going to pick. Okay, so this is just at the end so you can see a breakdown of points but we're going to start at the beginning, which is always a good place to start. So this is the Memo to the President, Unit 4 assignment, and you're going to see a couple different kind of slides here. You're going to see direction slides, look like this, and then you're going to see slides that have these light bulbs here that are half brain, half light bulb. These are slides that you're going to put work into. So these are the slides that we're going to be grading. Okay, and you'll type into these boxes to keep all your work nice and organized. So you don't have to create the PowerPoint. You just have to use it basically as a guide for the assignment. So what we're doing is you're going to pretend that you are Chief of Staff to the President. Okay, and you'll learn about this role as you go through Unit 4. And you're going to be writing up a memo as you do this portfolio on like, hey, there's a crisis going on in the world and the executive branch needs to respond to that crisis. And you're going to go through how that would work. That's the overall shell of this assignment. Okay, first thing you have to do is select a crisis. There's a little definition here of what a humanitarian crisis is. And this is going to be something happening in another country because there'd be differences in how we would respond to domestic crises that happen in this country. And the focus of this one is more about what if there's an international issue, because the president has a lot more leeway and power in international issues. Okay. So here's a list, like a suggested list of some things going on in the world that are not great, that might have a humanitarian aspect to them, like ways we can just help people being affected by these crises. If you're looking for some more options, there is a link here of a world map of kind of conflicts around the world that you could use as a guide to pick one of these different topics. Just if you're not going to pick one of these first 5, just message your teacher first before you go and complete an assignment and it's not an approved topic. Okay, so just if you're going off of this list, you're not going to use these 5, reach out to your teacher first. Okay, little summaries there, you can read these. Step 1, just tell us which crisis you picked. 1 sentence, you're done, you got a point, boom, you're good. Step 2, you do have to do some research now on this crisis. Okay, this is where the work is going to start, okay? So you need at least 3 good, credible sources for this assignment. If you want to know how to find that, there will be a separate video just on how to do research and find your sources. If you go to links on your homepage, then there is these EBSCO sources are good sources of information. Okay, and the research video will go into that step in more detail, and you're going to cite your sources here. Now, if you use EBSCO, we will explain in the research video how exactly to format your citations. You can use APA format or MLA, either one is fine. And this site here would also help you put your sources into those formats, so that these sources should not just say wikipedia.com or google.com. Those are not sources, okay? You need to have like specific articles that you have read and you are citing them on this slide. That'll get you 3 more points, 3 sources, 3 points. Step 3, you're gonna summarize your topic. So you've done the research. Now you're going to tell us about this crisis. Where is it happening? What is happening? Why is it happening? What are the causes? So we're answering these questions. 1 to 2 sentences in each box should do it. Okay. Summary part 2. What are some 3 things, or more, but at least 3, ways that the United States can help? What are things that are within the president's power that can be done to help? So your 3 ideas. 3 sentences, right? 1, 2, 3. Boom. 3 more points. Final part of the summary, a persuasive paragraph. You remember, you're pretending you work for the president. So you've got to, the president has a lot of things coming at them. You've got to explain, why is this worth their time? So good practice at persuasive writing. 4 to 6 sentences. So you're writing a pretty solid paragraph here, okay? Step 4, how does the UN Declaration of Human Rights apply to this? So this is a document that has some main principles. You can click here to access it, or it'll be on the Padlet page that I showed you. What are the main principles outlined in that? And then what are the specific articles or ideas that have been violated in your crisis? What human rights are being violated in this crisis as an additional, level of why should the president care or do something about it? Okay. Final step. And I should point out, this does not all need to be done in 1 day or 1 hour. You can do it across a couple days. Even if it causes you to have an overdue lesson or something on your planner, it's okay. We got time this semester, okay? You're going to identify what parts of the executive branch should go into action to help with the president's plan here. So if you need a list of the executive departments and agencies, those are linked there. This would be a good time to point out that in a PowerPoint file, when it's open like this, you have to hold down the Control key and then see how my cursor changed to a hand so I could click on these links. So Control key to then click on it. Okay. Those links are down here too, though. If you want to just copy, like highlight, you could copy and paste that into your browser to see those lists. And then we're going to show you what you're going to do with those. Okay. You're going to list out the 3 agencies or departments here, 3 points, just for listing them. Then you're going to do 3 more slides, okay? Here's an example slide. Let's say you picked the State Department. What is the purpose of the State Department? They are how we negotiate and talk to other countries. So the State Department's going to be a big part of probably anything that you pick. So you all could use the State Department. That could be your first department or agency. You just can't copy this slide exactly. You got to do it in your own words. Apply it specifically to your crisis. Okay? But you're going to do that for all 3 agencies. So there's 3 slides in a row over here. You're going to do that for each of the department or agencies that you picked. You're going to answer all 4 of these questions. Okay. And then, like I said, there's the rubric at the end to break the point totals down. Should add that you, to turn this in, you're going to save your work and note wherever you save your work. Save this PowerPoint after you've done the work. I would save as you're doing the work too. You're going to have that file somewhere on your computer. That is what you're going to then go to the Dropbox, and you're going to choose that file to turn it in. That's how you will turn this assignment in. Okay? So if you've never used one of these Dropboxes before, you click choose file and then you go hunt for it on your computer. So save the work somewhere it's easy to find. Okay, so I know this was a little bit longer, but hopefully this was helpful, and let us know if you have any other questions.